tram.
He's got a pass. And I don't. But I'm on a tram. But this is very exciting. I like the ding ding. The best lies always contain a smidgen of the truth. Wouldn't you agree, friend?
I suppose I would. Friend.
The reason I'm here. I suppose it all started
With me, going for pizza. Saturday treat.
It's hard to know where to begin.
So is this Fringe show, it's really just an extension of your real lives?
How dare you? We're both in relationships, aren't we? He's married and I'm divorced and I've been... well, an extension of our lives in that it's an extension of us to a degree, but not really.
Yeah, I mean, the
fictionalisation.
Yes, the characters are very different to us, and that's why we liked it, because the two individuals, Ross and Graham, are very different to how people might have seen us on stage before. I'm very meek, mild, wet behind the ears, a little bit wide-eyed and innocent, whereas he's a bit angry, cantankerous, twisted.
So really it is us.
It is actually.
But throughout the play we kind of meet each other, then we go on our adventures, the dating scene. But then we have a big fallout, and we were quite aware some nights that some of the audience were quite uncomfortable with the fact that we'd fallen out, because it was kind of, don't fall out. So I think that is an extension, because people that know us from Panto and other things, you know.
Yeah, it's been great from that point of view. Great the people who have seen us in Panto and grown up watching us in Panto come to see us do something as different as this. And their action last year was so good, we just couldn't resist a chance to do it again. The man behind the counter asked, "Will I cut it into 4s or 8s?" Well, I answered without thinking.
Which disaster to mention first?
4. 2 of us would never have managed 8.
It was January, start of a new year, some new year for me. See, I've always been the sort of reckons, if they ignore things for long enough, not only will they go away, they'll never have happened.
4s or 8s. I was laughing at myself. Come in. Couldn't wait to tell her. And that's how it came about, because we'd worked on so many pantos, and I've always been really keen to do something else on stage. As much as I love doing panto, I really want to sort of test myself, and Andy and I have talked about this for years. But then I saw another side to Andy when we were rehearsing this, and it was a great learning curve for me to watch how he approached not just a scene or a piece of business, but it was sometimes you just go away in the corner of the room and just sort of have a little think about things, and I would be thinking about a word or a line that just was jarring with him, as opposed to me who was just coming in and I would just read, as it was on the text. But there were certain things that would maybe jar a little bit, and he would go away and he wouldn't be happy until he sorted out that word or that sentence.
I remember when we started as well, because it was basically picking up the script for the first day, and because you'd been so used to doing the villain and panto, every line we'd finish, you go, and we wanted to explore areas of our personalities, but explore areas of men of our age living in 21st century Edinburgh, Scotland. So there are kind of, it gets quite tragic. There's a through line for both these men. There's a reason why they're both lonely and they're living in this bedsit.
And it gives certainly me a chance to do some straight acting and some really challenging scenes, but there's also the fun and there's the comedy moments in it as well, where the two of us really get to use our previous experiences to great extent here.
We don't dress up things, we put wigs on. And
a wig is a hat, a pair of glasses.
And let the audience kind of use their imagination, which I think is more satisfactory for us and for an audience.
I've not been hanging out with lunatics, Mrs. Doherty.
When they let her out, she took a 36 bus to the zoo. She threw herself to the polar bear enclave. She left me this ring in her will. It was fished from the alpha male's stools.
I've certainly not been anywhere near a sailor in my life.
Well, you had plenty of chance down this end of the town, Graham. Remember the house rules: no visitors in the studios after dusk, of any persuasion.
Yes, Kiss Me Honey Honey at the Golden Balloon. He's in it, I'm in it.
Living good.
Don't care even if I blow my top, but honey, honey, don't stop.